Following the 1959 Cuban Revolution, the first two factories established by Che Guevara were a pencil factory as part of the National Literacy Campaign and a bicycle factory. The bicycle factory was hardly used until the economic crisis of the 1990s, when Cuba was cut off from Soviet oil supply and transportation across the island hit a standstill. In response, the Cuban government distributed 1.2 million Chinese bicycles in public workplaces and schools. That's one bike per every 10 people on an island of 11 million. Cuba was temporarily transformed into a bicycle island as the streets filled with all sorts of resourceful solutions on two wheels. Now, the pandemic motivated the second occasion to reclaim the bicycle as a transportation tool. What was left from the special period, the economic crisis of the 90s, was the bicycle was a symbol of the economic crisis. It represented the hardship and scarcity of those times. So during the pandemic, the social and community initiative was to reclaim the bicycle as a tool of mobility, social agency, and empowerment in the streets of Havana. My thesis film, Ciclovía, which means the bike path, explores the bicycle as this adaptive tool that grants the agency and mobility in Havana, both historically and contemporarily. This film not only relies on artistic portraits of various participants, but also on the artistic interventions of the puppeteer, musicians, muralists, artisans, and all sorts of community actors. I wouldn't be on this stage without them, and I am honored to share it with them, as these collaborations really are the heart of this work. Their work weaves together to create a unified voice of social advocacy. The social impact initiative as part of this project is really the driving factor. We are excited to be launching a bike collective in the coming months that incorporates all of these values of accessibility and access to bike tools, to spare parts, to the free instruction of mechanics, to really create community around bicycle usage and repair in Havana. There's a saying in Spanish, que el transporte del futuro llegó hace mucho tiempo. The transport of the future arrived long ago. Ciclovía explores urban mobility in the city erroneously described as stuck in time, archiving a collective effort to reclaim the bicycle as a central and celebrated tool of Havana's future. Thank you so much.